What just happened with Drake Bell? What you're about to hear is terrible. Nobody could even imagine it. And it's that all of us were fans of series like Drake and Josh, iCarly, or Soy 101. But we didn't know that some of the stars were living a real nightmare. A documentary has just been revealed. It reveals several deeply disturbing secrets about the child actors on the show. In the past, Dan Schneider was heavily accused and has taken advantage of his position as a television producer, scriptwriter, and creator of Nickelodeon's biggest shows like Big Bang Theory. I'm Victorious and I'm one of a kind, with girls like Ariana Grande and Jamie Lynn Spears being Amanda Bynes' child, with Amanda Shaw's show or Janet McKenzie. Among the disturbing revelations is Drake Bell's experience with Nickelodeon's dialogue coach, Brian Beck. But what did you son of Bell? Well, the trainer trained almost all of the Nickelodeon actors. And not just that, very famous stars like Leonardo DiCaprio. According to what Drake Bell reveals, Brian and he became very close because they seemed to share the same tastes. But now that he thinks about it, he says maybe everything was calculated, that his dad started to notice strange things and began to show his concern. He began to push his father away from the set, labeling him as a problematic father. Now that there was no one to take care of him, Drake Bell confessed that one day he was sleeping on the couch where he usually slept, and when he woke up, the man was on top of him grabbing him. Everyone was shocked, unable to move or even know how to react. Looking back on that time, it's hard to believe we made it through. Who remembers the abusive events, but seems like their mind tried to erase them? And that even though at that time he experienced many great things in his life and career, he was so overshadowed, ruined, and crushed by what he was also living. Terrible that the beautiful moments were completely overshadowed. However, in the end, Brian Beck was arrested on 11 quite serious charges, especially against minors. With that, Brian Beck received a lot of support. And this, as it turns out, for several months, Beck, he continuously and intentionally assaulted Drake Beck. When Drake was asked what Beck had done to him, he replied, "Why don't you think of the worst thing someone can do to someone in this kind of assault?" And that will answer the question. Still, Beck kept insisting on seeing her, and it was a time when the situation became very difficult. The actor had therapy. He didn't say anything there. But after a couple of months, when the situation couldn't be ignored any longer, Drake confided in his mother what had happened, and she contacted the police. And so, this man fell. But after spending 16 months in jail, Beck was hired again to work on the Disney Channel's Zack and Cody series. And now that you know this, I ask you, what do you think? That's why the experts say, look after your children.